So we've spent a lot of time, and I've spent a lot of time talking with um, F-22 Hunter about premium planes in the game. And in fact, our last discussion, man, we were online for like 2.5 hours, and he condensed that down into 45 minutes.
I mean, that's a accomplishment of his ability to what's the word I'm looking for? Trim down recordings.
Yeah.
He's got a knack for that.
Yep. So the one thing that he doesn't really want to do, but I think is begging for discussion, is tech tree planes that probably need to be retuned to the game for balance reasons. And you could say nerf if you wanted. You could say rebalance if you wanted. But especially where it comes down to this, and especially felt on the EU server, is the high tier bombers. That's where people get their knickers in a twist. And so I thought that might be, if you have ideas on that.
Well, the thing is, I'm no bomber main. I have bombers in my hangar. I'm no bomber main. I prefer not to fly them if I have to. If I don't have to, I don't fly them. Unless, of course, there's a low population. People aren't going to be very upset at all if I'm flying a bomber, because there's going to be so few.
Right.
And like I said, the only reason I will fly the Tier 10 EF-131, random example, is if there's a mission going for a plane or something.
Right.
Otherwise, I don't fly it. Unless, again, low population on the game right now at the moment, and maybe if I'm just looking for tokens.
Right. Yes. In fact, currently I've got my PE. You've got your BF-109E selected, and I've got my PE-2. And the only reason I have PE-2 selected is because I haven't specialized it yet. I mean, I'm working on the Soviet line in this Soviet bomber line because it has a playstyle that I prefer. It's an aggressive playstyle, and it works for me. But normally, bombers aren't something that I choose. And when I go up to tiers 8, 9, and 10, bombers aren't something that I normally choose first. I would prefer to choose a heavy fighter. In fact, my favorite plane in the whole game is ME-262 HG2. So, that's how I am. And and I'm not saying anything negative about bomber players. Bomber players, one of my better friends in the game, Prenzlau, he's bomber player, bomber main. I learned a lot of stuff from him, especially about the game. And that's how he found joy, is playing bombers. And that's fine. I don't want to take that away from anybody. What I do want to do is make it so that if I go to tier 10 and I select, let's say, the F-86A, that I have an opportunity through my skill to at least have a chance of winning a game. Right now, if you light up your EF-131 and I get in my F-86A, well, I'm going to tool around and I'm going to shoot stuff down, but I really don't have any chance to win the battle. Unless, of course, there aren't like 2 mining plants. Maybe if it were a central air base and 4 garrisons, then maybe, because the F-131's not all that great at one passing a garrison. Right?
Yeah.
Right? So it's there's things that can be done, but there's a population of folks, and it's a pretty big population of folks, mostly in Europe, who play bombers pretty much exclusively. Does Wargaming want to tick those folks off? Do they want to lose that population by even touching those bombers? So that's a different. Now we're into a different level of this question, right? So I mean, we have to address the it's the low tiers and the mid tiers. Okay, for American, let's swing back to American bombers. The bomber, the bomber meta of the load, especially period 1, is like, people don't play them much. They play them some. Some folks, are bomber folks, and they bomber all the tiers that they can, and then other folks just play them to move along to the next tier. But they're not overpowered. They can be countered and easily countered. They're slow. Generally, the bombs aren't all that big, so that it actually makes sense, and it won't upset the meta if you add, let's say, 2 bombers to the American tech tree line at tiers 3 and 4, right? That nobody gets hurt, nobody loses their mind. But let's say now we go forward in time and we go to tier 10, American GA line. What does that GA line do to counter or offer an alternative to the bombers that exist, SU-10 and the EF-131?
So yes, that's a good question.
So yeah, I've been flying bombers lately, and I've been flying bombers mostly to fill out the Soviet line, both on my North American free-to-play account and this account, because I like the play style. The play style is aggressive. You're not going out and you're not just level bombing stuff. You're actually doing things. Oh my God. How am I on fire again? Remember, that's the rule, folks. Always be capping. Don't do anything but cap. Unless, of course, you're in a bomber and you've got superiority, and then
that's
you're
what
not
happens.
You're not going to cap anything. But that's another reason I like to play the Soviet bombers, is because they've got forward-facing armament, and even if all the sectors are captured, I can go out and I can do something. I don't have to just stooge around waiting for a sector to get flipped. I can actually go and shoot stuff down.
Okay, Curly, calm down. I knew that would get a chuckle out of you. That's why I said that.
That's right.
All right.
And so that's another benefit of playing bombers at the mid tiers, is that they print when you win. They print salvage, especially mechanical parts, which seemingly, as a fighter player, I need a boatload of mechanical parts, especially at the high tiers. If you want to, after specialist, and you want to upgrade your equipment, you have to have a load of mechanical parts, and flight instruments too, but more mechanical parts. Bombers are good at making mechanical parts. So, do we want to try to get another game in here?
Yeah, one more. Let's go with one more.
Okay.
See if I can find. I'm trying to figure out a good plane to fly. That isn't my 109E. Damn it! I fly that thing way too. I fly that thing way too damn much. Honestly, I mean, my God. Compared to my second most flown aircraft, man, it's got like 54 more hours flown into it compared to the next one.
Nice.
That's a shitload.
You're just a damn seal clubber, you bastard.
Was that getting back at me for when I called you that?
Oh yes. No. If you're gonna be a sweaty tryhard, you might as well just be a sweaty tryhard.
Fair.
Just go for broke. Absolutely go for broke.
Fair.
Nobody. If you don't like it, get out of tier 5. That's what I say. Yeah. One of the other I don't mention it because it's in period 1, but it should be mentioned. The Focke-Wulf 57 is it's wicked at tier 3, and it just brutalizes tier 2s, and it's too much. It's too fast. It's got 2 good guns. It probably should get stomped on a little bit. Anyway, I was going to return to the tier 10 bomber. Many people have thought, oh, let's nerf the hard stats. I'm more of the opinion that if you nerf the soft stats, you probably will balance them a little bit better. Let's say lock-on time of the turrets, the defensive arc of the turrets. Let's say to lessen them so that there's more blind spots. Let's say decrease the angles of attack at which the bombers perform well. So let's say you get above, let's say, 25-degree angle of attack, the thing will just lose speed like crazy and stall out. You know, something like that. It's so you don't have to touch the hard stat.
Yeah, if you do that, you nerf the whole thing where if people pitch up with their bombers, they basically will shred you alive. So that works.
Right. So that you can shark them maybe a little more easily. And where, you know, real bombers, you can't dive straight at the ground, right? I mean, a pullout would tear their wings off.
The dive alone might.
Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those things where
I remember doing that in IL-2 Sturmovik 1946 just to see what would happen. I tested that with a B-25 Mitchell in that game. I was at 10,000 and I just decided to dive down just to see what had happened. The plane started shaking and then the one ring ripped off and the other one ripped off. I'm like, oh, shit. This was
nice.
When I was younger, by the way. I was probably not even a teenager at this point. And by the way, folks, yes, I'm a younger buck compared to Corvus, so.
Yeah, it's let's just say I'm headed toward retirement. I can see it from here. Let's put it like that. I can see retirement from here. It's a ways off, but I can see it.
You can see clearly now that the rain is gone.
Oh, brother. This is not karaoke hour, brother.
I'm not even that good at singing, so.
Oh, you don't have to tell us.
Ouch. my non-existent pride in my singing skills.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's one of those things where when I think about this, it's like, you know, there's guys out there. Oops, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, and I've got a fighter on my tail. I'm gonna just drag him out into nowhere. There we go. I'm not gonna outmaneuver I-17. I was already low speed, so sucks to be me. All right. I see what you're doing out there. Oh, you've got the best fighter of tier 5. Arguably. Arguably the best fighter. The BF-109E is really, really good, but the P-47N, even though it's called a multi-role,
I mean P-40N.
P-40N. Right?
You said P-47. I mean, I'm not smacking you over that. I'm just going like, hey, look out for the designation there, buddy. There are so many of them out there, though. That makes total. Oh God, Yak 7.
Right, here we go.
As I'm in the middle of yapping, I have a brown alert.
Yes. A Yak 7 is especially a bot because they have perfect aim.
Well, actually,
Do
it's
not-
just you don't know when it's going to hit situation. It's like a roll of the dice, or a like a casino slot machine pull.
Right. All right. Let's try this.
The enemy is launching rockets at us from the military base. Take action.
Ha! Try again. I had a Olay incident with the ADA over here at this enemy military base because they
All military bases
they know how
are
to
under control. The
ram
enemy
you
will
and
be
kill you.
defeated.
So that's one thing I like about the XP 44 rocket. XP 44 rocket has got a fantastic bomb load and is super fast. All right, are you going in the middle? You're going to play in the middle?
I am playing in the middle. I've been playing in the middle. I don't know
Perfect.
how I lost the middle in the first place.
Uh-oh, I'm getting chewed up. Come on down and help me out.
I see him.
Air supremacy achieved.
There you go, buddy.
Thank you. Man, lost half my health to that butthead.
I thought you were gonna call him a ding dong.
That too. Both simultaneously. Oh. What are you doing, buddy? Oh, Edover. He's a good player. Hope I'm not mispronouncing your name, pal. I don't know what you call yourself.
Keep it up. Victory is almost
I call him E.
ours.
Dover. Well, he obviously wants me.
Well, who wouldn't? Well, now he's going to be low and slow.
Aww.
We'll be waiting
Poof.
for you home.
So yeah, that's I like playing the rocket. It's those bombs really do good work, and it's reasonably maneuverable even for a Republic line multi-role. In the guns, it's got good guns.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep your speed up. I got caught out by that I-17, and I should not have, because its acceleration isn't grand. It's okay, but it's not grand, and you gotta think about it when you play it. But I was chattering, and so I knew you were covering for me. So let's see, what do we got here? Oh yeah, you went and shot down everything. So yeah, Edover or Edover, he did what he could, but I mean, when your bomber guy doesn't help you out at all, what can you do?
Pretty much.
The bomber guy got what? 840 points. I guess 1,840 points, which is, man, all you got to do is fly around and drop a few bombs and hit just a couple of things, and you get that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Indeed it is.
So, and that's a that's a discussion about the matchmaker that folks might, there might be a discussion about the matchmaker there, where that lower skilled player hurt Ed's chances there. And what are you going to do about that? I mean, skill-based matchmaking. Well, now there's going to be longer queue times,
and
and
potentially
that's
much more bot games.
right? And that's bot games are great for padding your stats, but they're boring as hell.
Indeed.
And I prefer not to have them. I'd rather have more people rather than less people.
Mm-hmm.
The Europeans argue with that, and they've got a point. Sometimes more people leads to more unpredictability, and so you go out there and you've got your sweaty try-hard plane, and you're good with it, and you go out there and you just light up the skies, and there's nothing you can do because your team is a bunch of muppets that go and die in zone. And what are you going to do about that? And it's like, I get the frustration, I do. But I prefer playing against humans than bots.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, the matchmaker is sort of outside the scope of our discussion, and because it's been done to death.
Yes.
People talk about it so much, and there's so many solutions out there, but everyone, Wargaming is not gonna do much about the matchmaker. It's too much programming to do, and they don't have the resources to do it. Premium planes, even flavor lines, like Nova's talking about today, those are possible. Changes in things like changes in mining plants, like Spirit Fox wants to balance out bombers. Great idea. It's a fantastic idea, and I love it. It's not going to happen because it requires too much programming. Multiple map programming. Tweaking bomber stats and tweaking overpowered plane stats. Easy. All you got to do is just change a number in a database somewhere.
If you can find the number in the first place.
If you can find the number, that's true. In fact, I am fairly confident if you gave me the stats and the locations of where the stats were for the Tier 10 bombers, I could fix those bombers within probably there'd have to be iterations. I'd have to iteratively change it, because my first pass would be wrong. My second pass would also probably wrong, but then a third pass probably would do okay. If I had just playing with soft stats, I would only play with soft stats. I'd never touch any of the other stats. So you'd still have the same speed, and you'd still have the same bomb load, and the bombs would still do the same amount of damage, and the range on your turrets would still be the same. But you wouldn't be able to stand the beast on its tail and accelerate straight up.
Mm-hmm.
No more of that. That wouldn't exist anymore. So that's me. That's how I would do it. Your listeners should weigh in. How would you do it? If it was you doing it, how would you do it?
Exactly.
It was fun playing with you.
Absolutely, man.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime we can get together is a enjoyable time, man.
That's the way I feel too. It's always fun to play.
All right. I'll catch you on the next one, Corvus. All right.
Absolutely.
You take it easy, brother.
You too. Happy Labor Day to you.
Happy Labor Day to you too.
All right.
Take care now.